And a very good morning to all of you. Let's make sure our sound's getting off the other side. And a very good morning. Good. That seems good. Seems all right. Good morning, Missy Jenn.
Good morning, Rosie.
Missy Jenn, I got home. Missy Jenn said, "You better girlify." Stop in for lessons. Hey, Allison, how are you? Nice to see you this morning. Yeah, I'm in my
Hello, Allison.
I'm in my España mode today, my Spanish mode. So good morning to all of you. We'll let the room kind of fill up here this morning. I want to thank those of you who were on the hangout last night. Hey, Jasmine, how are you, sweetie?
Jen.
My gal, Jen. Hope you're doing well, Jen. And my girl, Ginger. Don't forget to for my mods, if you want to participate, last call, tip your mod day. We had a nice bit of support come in.
Hello, Jeremy,
on the cemetery stream. So make sure if you're one of my mods and you do want to participate in the tip your mod day payout, let me know. I can make it like new at gmail.com. I plan on doing that this afternoon. Monique, how are you? Hi, Jeremy. Good afternoon. Tiffy, My Pink Life. Nice to see if I missed anybody. Hey, Harvey, how are you?
Harvey, Simon.
Hello, Simon. Yes, I'm in my
Monique.
I'm in my senorita mode. Thank you, Monique. You're very sweet. Missy Jenn's like, Rosie, lift your game. No, she did. Missy Jenn is very nice. We got Georgie here this morning too, resting comfortably, as you can see. Missy Jenn, it's great to be back on the Rancho again. Things are looking good here. Any issues came up while I was gone or anything?
Nope.
Just some more neighborhood crap here with thieves and shit like that. Somebody stole a catalytic converter.
Same old thing. They steal stuff from the cars.
Hey, Tara, how you doing, babe?
All kinds of stuff. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, we have a neighborhood board here, so it's there's always some kind of nonsense going on here, but it's very nice to see. It's always good to catch up with Missy Jenn. She's looking fantabulous as usual. She's been doing her thing on the Rancho. Harvest time is pretty much over.
It's done.
Except for we have citrus harvest will be coming up in the winter here. We'll be harvesting, what are we going to have? Sour oranges for English style marmalade, Valencia oranges for juicing, several varieties of navel oranges for eating. So there's a lot of good stuff to do.
Hello, Holly.
Hello, Chronic. How are you? Holly, how are you doing, sweetie?
Actually, we're not. 2 days ago, and I trimmed down the citrus trees and the orange trees, and I cut down 5 feet of excessive growth.
That's cool. We'll be checking that out today.
It started to look like a jungle, and the problem with those trees of orange trees and the lemon trees is it has long spikes, and there will be no fruit grown on those.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to sacrifice to trim away.
You just have to trim it really hard and heavy.
There's Holly, and Holly. Probably Tuesday night I'll be doing a teeny weeny bikini baking. I think I'm gonna do Holly Undead's batshit crazy brownies. That's what I'm gonna make, my own twist on batshit crazy. Holly's had the battle with the bats and everything, so I think it might be really nice to have a Holly's batshit crazy brownies there. I think that would be pretty cool. And it'll get me a little bit creative and have a little fun to get into the flow of doing some baking again. I want to thank Missy Jenn, as usual, for keeping the Rancho running well here. She really has a great sense of place and a great sense of pride being here, and she always keeps it. I do the big projects. Jen enjoys puttering in the garden, as you saw. You trimmed out the hydrangeas and the other things.
In the front, yeah, they're all gone because they had a fungus. They were rotten.
Yeah, and I think they've been kind of water stressed. We've had some issues with the watering
Well, I
here.
wanted the manual, but still they had some
Yeah,
kind
I don't
of
know, some kind of black crap on the tips.
blacks.
tips
They
of
had the
them.
black spot.
Cupcake. I'm at the
Tui.
American Legion annual
Tui.
picnic. All right, very good. Hope you're having a good time
Hello,
up
Chris.
there.
Hey, Joyce.
So it's good to catch up with Missy Jenn. She's looking fantastic. She's keeping stuff going here on the Rancho, and I really appreciate that. She's got a great deal of responsibility. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Rancho, and everybody knows where we're located here. We've never made any secret of that, but I'll talk about the realities of the layout here within the context of the city of Santa Rosa. We're almost dead smack right in the middle of the city here, so it has its pluses and it has its minuses too. And I guess I'm just putting this out as a little handbook for Marshall and for D if he makes his way over to the Rancho, or anybody that visits here. Some of the challenges that we face, and of course, we've welcomed a lot of people over here to the Rancho. Many people have been on stream. Some people have chosen not to be on stream, but we're always very welcoming. Diane, how are you doing? Beautiful, nice to see you. Yes, Jen is very looking lovely. Always nice to see. Always honored to see Life with Diane in the chat. One of my favorite SoCal gals. Maybe I'll have a chance to meet her down in LA. That depends. Remains to be seen. So it's good to catch up with Missy Jenn. I guess the basic question, I guess we'll get to that. Sometimes I think things are getting better here. Sometimes I think they're not. It's kind of a tough call. But the ironic thing about California, and I think Diane, my friend here in Southern California, will mirror what I'm saying, is even the most dumpy of places are prohibited. You can't get anything in this town, anything in Northern California that you'd even want to risk life and limb in for say less than $450,000. That's it. And I know some people have laughed about that. Rosie, your place in Missouri is a 50,000.
Hello, Mark.
Your place in Missouri. Thank you very much, Quinny. Your place in Missouri is $50,000.
Hey, Carla.
I know. It's lucky that the Wicked Witch of the West dropped me down here in California. Thank you. Quinny likes that thumbnail. That's me hanging off of a train down in Petaluma there in SoCal. I think it's more up here, actually, Diane, because of all the Google money, all the wine country. We are situated in the middle of the premier growing regions of the United States for fine wine. Napa and Sonoma counties. Here's the epicenter of the the fabled wine industry. With all the upscale wines, you have all of the wealth of San Francisco Bay Area. Google, Adobe, Apple, Facebook, all those corporations. It makes stuff very, very expensive. Your straps are up. I don't know, Score. It's just, I don't know what it is. I just can't keep them up, and I had to have Missy Jenn. Speaking of my dress, I had to have Missy Jenn put a safety pin into this strap because, quite frankly, I'm kind of busting out of the top. How do you tell? You're on hormones? How do you tell your boobs to stop growing? You can't. They have a mind of their own. Let's see. Christina says our niece lives in San Diego. Her house was 1.7. It's nice, but certainly not 1.7 mil look, if you ask me. Well, it's the price out here. And as much, hey Sandy, and as much as people rag on California, let me tell you something, having been around the rest of the country, climate is a big driver towards movement, okay, and migration of people. I did not stream yesterday leaving Las Vegas because frankly, as you could tell kind of from the night before when I was with Dee and Randy and Vegas Fixing and Mr. Z, I was pretty much burnt. It's just been a summer of heat and a summer of humidity up on the Great Lakes, and frankly, I'm just burned out. A lot of times you go to, when you're crossing a desert and it's 109 degrees, and you can't even put your camera in the window to do a live stream because it just overheats within 5 minutes or so. It's that. And the air conditioning hardly keeps up with that coming across the desert. And unfortunately, I ran into a 5-mile backup on Interstate 5 about halfway up the Central Valley. I have no idea what went on. But as a result of that, in 105-degree heat, cars and trucks and buses were breaking down left and right, waiting for an hour and a half for this backup to clear. So I wasn't really in a mood to just sit in a backup and talk to you guys. Yeah, I was going to say, so you come over to California, you leave the Central Valley, and like I say, it's 100 and 102 degrees by the time you get up close to parallel to San Jose on the I-5 in the heart of the Central Valley. And as soon as you cross the Altamont Pass, which goes up about 1,500 feet or whatever, you drop down into the Bay Area, and literally the temperature went from 102 degrees in the Central Valley to when I finally crossed over about 10 miles to the west, the temperature was at 69 degrees at 6 p.m. when I hit Oakland. Don't need air conditioning here for the most part. It's a very comfortable climate. Low humidity. Even when I got back up here, it was like 81 degrees. People will pay for that. Hey, D, how are you? People will pay for that. Yeah, I need to recharge my batteries. I'm done with heat. I'm done with heat for the summer. I've had it. Maybe because I'm an old broad or whatever. I'm just had it with the heat, just battling the heat on a daily basis.
Thank you, Dee. And I'm happy for you, Christina.
Some people, gee, thanks, D. You're my chooching partner. How about the Rosie girl, huh? How does she look today? Woo! Anyhow, guys, just joking around here a little bit. I've already gotten questions about when are you and D going to be reuniting in Las Vegas again. It looks like it's going to be mid-October. Okay, I'm thinking Line Screw, who I like very much. Hopefully Missy Jenn's. It's all built around her. She's priority one for me. Her infusion will be coming up. Hopefully that'll be, I think she'll be calling soon to schedule that infusion. And I'm hoping that can be in the beginning of October. It's not necessary for us to have a doctor appointment. That's how well Missy Jenn is doing here. Thank you, Dee. That's how well Missy Jenn is doing. Yeah, going to be in there in October. So my good friend Line Screw up in Canada, and you can see he came here and visited the Rancho, and he was a hell of a nice guy. I mean, we had a great time with Line Screw. I like him very much. I like the quality that he brings to his channel. I like the effort that he puts into editing. And generally, I like the person that he is. He's been very generous, inviting us to come down and stay. He has a condo, I think, down in the down near Slab City or down near Palm Springs down there. He's a nice guy. And he goes to Hawaii. He goes to New Zealand.
Hey, Sean.
The guy really is.
Lights.
Yeah, Andrew is really cool. The guy is really. Good morning, Sean the Brit. If I missed you, I'm very sorry. Yes, he's very protective of me. Absolutely. That's what I like about that. That's what I like about D. Once you become friends with somebody, I'll get into that in a minute. But I really like his channel, Line Screw 1. I highly recommend the guy. It's got an interesting backstory. I'm not going to share that. Very protective of people's privacy. But he is planning a meetup down in Las Vegas in October. I think that the heat will start to diminish that time. It'll be maybe 90, 95, 98 degrees in the day. It makes a difference. It'll probably drop down to 70, 75 at night. So I will sandwich that with, how you doing, Mr. Z? I will sandwich that with, I'll go down. So I hit probably either hit the meetup first and then spend a week down there. It's very cost effective to stay in Las Vegas. You can stay very cheap. You don't even have to stay in a hostel. I mean, Dee and I have hosteled with the best of them, with stinky feet, with snoring, leering guys. I mean, we're used to it. We're battle proven on that. But now it's got to the point that the prices are going to be good. No, so I think the economy is cratering here. So I think that that's going to make a big difference. We noticed, and a couple people have observed that the crowds were less. Of course, it's hot down there this time of year. It's nice to see Sean the Brit.
Hi,
Snickerdoodle. Hi, honey. Yeah, I was even the guy with stinky feet. Yes, you were. And he's like, I don't ever want to be that guy. I said, you are that guy. Of course, he got up and took care of it, and that was a the wonderful, wonderful
Hi,
thing.
Baron.
Dee likes to toot a little bit, walk. I try not to walk behind him too much. Anyway, guys, that's going to be in October. We will definitely, I think, really plan to lay in some alternative chooches. Probably focused on the south side of Las Vegas. I know we haven't spent time on the Strip. To me, it's just so fascinating downtown. And quite frankly, the Strip is boring as shit to me. Okay. 20 or 25 years ago, before the Strip got all corporate, by Las Vegas Sands, by MGM Group, by the Wynn Group, it was a lot more friendly. It was a lot more cool. Now it's just a machine to just strip out your money as fast as possible. And they make walking on the sidewalks very, very different, very, very difficult to even walk down the Strip anymore. I don't enjoy. You're up and down, elevators. I got, when I have Missy Jenn in a chair, it makes it exceedingly difficult.
I ain't going there.
Well, I'm saying she's not going there. Okay, but what I'm saying is she doesn't really get the joy out of it.
Last time took the joy out of the whole thing. Up and down elevators, across overpasses,
Thanks,
and
Queenie.
hoverclarking around. I am done.
Yeah, Missy Jenn, Christina says, Missy Jenn, are you accompanying Rosie girl on the next trip to Las Vegas?
No.
Yeah, she doesn't get the joy. She's not, I've chooched with Jen plenty of times. And
There's no fun in that.
We'll do a hood chooch this week. We'll head up and get something to eat up there. But, Missy Jenn's happiness, and I'm not going to speak for her, but I will right now. She's a very quiet person, I know, who enjoys the quiet, doesn't like crowds, doesn't like going up, the bustle. It's hard when you're in a wheelchair.
That's right.
Because as nice as society is, people can really be assholes when it comes to people in wheelchairs. We've gone to parades, gotten there early, an hour ahead of time, whether it's a Pride parade or a 4th of July parade, a Christmas parade. We stake out a good spot, and then within 5 minutes of the parade beginning, people just don't even mind standing in front of Missy Jenn and just blocking her to take pictures and everything.
That's right.
So it's like I'm always the, and I get yelled at like I'm the asshole because I have to go out and ask these people, hey, she cannot see here. And, okay, shit, okay, well, let her just move then. Like where? And we've had some confrontations. It happens.
Yeah, I don't go to parades or none of that no more.
Yeah, okay, so.
No pride parades, nothing. No communities, nothing. They can all.
Yeah, you saw that, Beryl. You saw people standing in front, Saw people standing in front. And then the other reality is these streets in a lot of these cities are busted up like crazy. And I just, Missy Jenn has to be bumped along. We have to drop down curbs. God damn, in the middle of LA, right in the sidewalk, there's damn poles. Remember that down by Central?
What I need is a cattle prod. Out of my way.
We're walking around core downtown by the LA Times building and down by the
Remember when
Grand
we
Central.
did the couch parade thing here? It
Yeah.
was terrible.
It was terrible with the Christmas.
I couldn't see
Christmas
nothing.
parade.
I was like,
Couldn't
why
see
even
anything.
waste? I felt I wasted my time. That was the last time I ever went to any event, and I'm done.
Yeah, thank you, Darren. How you doing? I enjoy your content. Darren is a great, just Darren. Please sub the guy up. I even like it when he parodies me. He ain't no fan of Elvis's, and I know some stuff hacks him off, but the guy's got skills and he's a funny guy. And I really, like I've always said, if you can't enjoy parodies, same with Holly. I love Holly to pieces. She's my secret girl on here. We have our Backstreet Communications. I like her. Hey, Katie, how are you? I enjoy her content a lot. I really do. I think she's very gifted. She's one of those girls that you always dream of having. She's a good-looking girl and she has an outstanding sense of humor. It's like Monique.
Really?
Same kind of deal. Monique
wow.
is funny as hell. You put Monique on a live stream and she is a hoot of hoots. So you keep doing what you're doing, Holly. But the other issue is the streets are so busted up that it's, like I say, poles right in the middle of the sidewalk, literally forcing us to go into a street where there's a huge downhill behind us. And you don't think of LA as a hilly city, but it has some big hills around downtown. So somebody could go flying over the top into our lane and be right on top of Missy Jenn. You don't think I worry about that?
Hi, Nicole.
She ain't gonna go anywhere. Hey, Nicole, how you doing, babe? She ain't gonna go anywhere that she's not having a good time doing it. I hope when I go to Hawaii, it's really a close call because of airplane travel. I hope I can get Missy Jenn to consider going to Honolulu for a week, Hawaii for a week. I think that she would enjoy it a lot. I know that she would enjoy the Pearl Harbor, Arizona Memorial and looking around, especially some of the military graveyards like the Punch Bowl and other places. But ultimately, it's going to be her call. She always has an open invitation to go. And she knows I take good care of her on the road. The problem is she sits in an airplane seat for 2 hours and she literally locks up, and it is with the way travelers are rude these days, trying to get Jen out of her seat and people are crawling all over top of you, they're cursing you. And on a 5-hour flight, I don't know if I'd ever get Missy Jenn untwisted off of that seat like a pretzel. So it's we'll see. But I don't like the thought of her in situations that make her regret that she did something. Like, I'm sorry I came here and all that. So we have her. Hey, Shay. It's been a real eye opener for me traveling with Missy Jenn for years as a differently abled woman to see some of the challenges that we face. I think I've written letters before to some cities, particularly San Diego, about the terrible state of their curbs and things to try to, you got to push people in the street. Go business class. Beryl, quite frankly, I can't afford that. I wish I could go to business class. Luckily, we're usually able to get the seat behind business class and behind the bulkhead there, which has a little more leg room, and it has Missy Jenn very close to the door. But let me tell you, sometimes it's a real struggle to do that. Mark says maybe fly Jen first class, although it's more expensive. Flying first class to Hawaii turns a $300 ticket into a $1,200 ticket. Okay, that's so far out of my price range. There's no way. If they offered a freaking way for me to sit on the wing, I would sit on the damn wing. Okay? Take some bungee cord, strap my ass down, and take off and hope for the best. Okay? That would be it. It's too prohibitively expensive. We always go cattle class, but we're always lucky we get the, you know, if you fly Southwest or something like that, they usually board the people with disabilities first, and you're able to get those bulkhead seats. That's it, Monique. I think it's about a, I think it's about a 4 or 5 hour
I
flight.
should sit in the lap of the captain.
It's all,
And
it's
I
like a
push some
4 or 5
buttons.
hour
Click,
flight
click.
over
What
there.
does this button do?
Yes, she does deserve first class, but
Oh,
the
this
realities,
is the autopilot off.
the realities are money. You know, one of the problems when you live in a home that is valuable real estate is people assume you have a lot of money, but they don't look back at the history of 2011 when this place was purchased for
We are poor people, ladies and gentlemen.
$189,000 this was purchased for, and put $50K in. So am I supposed to sell it, put the money in my pocket, and live on the street?
We ain't got nothing.
You know.
That's the bottom line.
Okay, so we do the very best that we can. But let me be perfectly clear. Yeah, you could take a cruise. Let me be perfectly clear. Missy Jenn always has a standing invitation to go everywhere and anywhere with me. All she has to do is say the word. And I'm hoping she'll consider that Hawaii trip. I don't know what it'll be. You know, we got Joe Kanan down in Australia that has an open invitation to stay with him. I can't do Jen on a 22-hour flight with plane change and you know, Indonesia or whatever. I can't do that. She'd have to literally probably be hospitalized with muscle relaxants. Yeah, Jakarta to change planes for Western Australia. I've been there before. It's okay. Okay. Deserving and getting are two different things. How you doing, Light Switch? Nice to see you today. So, let there be no mistake about it. Missy Jenn, I love to travel with her, and we've had a lot of epic travel streams. As you can see, she's always welcome.
We had great travels.
Yeah.
We've done it. Done the travels, seen a lot of things. I'm grateful for the things that we've done together and seen the things that I have got to see thanks to the Rosie girl.
Yeah, so like I said,
that's the bottom line.
She has, you know, I want to go to Hong Kong and take you guys to Hong Kong next year. My luck, I'll be right in the middle of the protest there. Rosie on the spot, you know, with all the action that's going on in the streets of Hong Kong these days. But it's a dream of mine. But you're talking about the, you know, a 15-hour, 14, 15, you're talking about a hell of a long flight over there, okay? There ain't no way that the Missy could ever sustain a flight like that, even in first class. It would be mind-boggling to do that. Let's see what this goes. Yeah, there's Antonio. See, that's a little prick there. Yeah, just show him, hide him. We know who that is. Okay, it's one of those people that's super jealous because they got nothing in life at all. Anyway, that's one of our community members had a heart attack mentioned on another. Shay, you let me know. I can make it like new at gmail.com. Okay, I don't know a lot of members in these other communities. I had somebody write me last night. I have no concept who they are or anything. I'll give a courtesy response, okay, to people that email me. I get a ton of mail today with almost 10,000 videos across multiple channels. We get shitloads of comments every day. Lots of questions. And I get a lot of trolling too. People that'll put provocative things out there, hoping that they'll get me to have a comment so that they can screenshot it later. And of course they come in under a troll name. And all you're ever going to get from me, I don't spill tea on anybody. You're never going to get anything from me except just a perfunctory thanks for writing me. All right. You have people that write me and pretend that they're from YouTube. And I've showed Missy Jenn a couple of them. They're funny as hell. You know, dear, this person doubled dear 2 times. Dear, Rosie Murphy, blah, blah, blah. You know, unless you provide your password and channel log information within the next week, your channel's under review for spamming. I mean, it's so ham-fisted the way it's done because of clearly the lack of education in English language usage just betrays people. So don't be mad when you don't get a response. And I'm not going to ever talk about anything on any email or any message stream
Carolyn.
that I don't ever write as if it wouldn't be seen by 10,000 people in public. Okay, I suggest you guys do the same. Okay, let your most, if you have inner thoughts and things that you want to share them on a public stream. Okay, don't share things in private. That's my advice on that. We ain't got to borrow money. Yeah, that's right. We ain't got to borrow money. So be careful. There's people fishing all the time. There's people that want to take other people's channels down, and they really think people are dumb enough to provide their login information. If you're from YouTube, you already got my login information. You don't need anything else. You have perfect access to my account, which you've demonstrated many times over the last 7.5 years, right, Jen? You don't need, they have everything they need. They get a hold of me like that.
That's right, they got everything they need.
Don't be dumb, people, with these stupid catfishing exercise. Oh, no, I don't know if you got sick from the pool. Maybe it was from that Long Island iced tea or something, D. I don't know. I thought the pool was okay, but I'm sorry you're under the weather there. I hope you're feeling better. Good morning, William. Streamlabs. Let's talk about Lynn Smith. I wrote you. I'm not a troll. I just listen and never comment. Lynn Smith. I don't know because I don't have a letter. I don't have an email called Lynn Smith.
Who's that?
If I do, I apologize. Okay. I'm just telling you, if you have something to write, just make it brief. People get pissed off. I don't, they'll write me for.
Susie.
Hi, Susie. How you doing, baby doll? People write me very long, extensive messages or emails, and I usually only give a 2 or 3 at the most sentence response. It's a business background in me. Be brief, be to the point.
Yum, yum, yum.
And as people know, I don't care about dishing dirt, or I'm not into that stuff. I'm not into the drama sphere and being involved in who struck John and sharing screenshots and all that kind of crap. Okay? I cannot do that kind of thing. So, I haven't seen it, Lynn Smith, so I'm going to ask you to resend that Gmail, okay? Because I haven't seen it. But like I say, I get a flood of mail every day, comments and other stuff, and it's hard to weed through it, not to mention regular business stuff to do with running the Rancho and everything else. The Streamlabs, some people, how you doing, Amy? Yeah, that's right, Ms. Bailey. There's no time for drama. It's a waste. As I've always said, drama has a shelf life of about a week, and then nobody goes back and watches it anymore. They could care less unless they're mining for information or screenshots or something like that. Okay, but people enjoy it, and that's fine. It's in the moment, and that's a good thing. But as I said before, lasting and really growing a channel. Really growing a channel is built on doing stuff that people are going to watch for years. Okay, not for a week, and then it's like stale bread. Okay. How do you keep up with all the emails? I try to give very brief replies to them, but I'm not going to give replies that are, people write me about negative shit and hoping I'm going to take the bait and jump in there and just unleash something, and then they can share that screenshot later. I'm not doing that. I'm the same person on my Gmail and in messages as I am in real life. I don't do that kind of stuff. Okay. Go where you want, be friendly with who you want, but if you don't like somebody, just unsubscribe and move on. Goldie Khan, how you doing, honey? How you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Monique is a trained nurse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Don't ask somebody, don't write somebody and pretend you're from YouTube and then ask them for your login information and password. It's like, okay. IQ under 50 confirmed. All right, there we go. Let's put you about in Neanderthal range. Streamlabs. Some people have been talking about. How you doing, Lee? Some people have been talking about. Robert popped into the stream. He's been really busy. I hope to see him. I might make, depending on, I got a lot of stuff coming up next week. That's why I had to come back to town. I hope to catch up with Robert. The Streamlabs thing. Some people that have been using the StreamYards, I think some people are getting a notification. I think they give you 30 days free or something like that. You're probably going to have to cut over to Streamlabs. Okay? Yeah, unfortunately, Terry, some people fall for that stuff. And YouTube's never going to write you and ask for your login and password, okay? It's the dumbest thing, but some of these people think that the people on the other end are as dumb as they are. And it doesn't work out that way. StreamYards, evidently, they give you a 30-day trial or something like that, and then you got to, I guess, pay up. And people are hitting a point where they need to do that. You might as well, in my opinion, you might as well bite the bullet and just get down and dirty with Streamlabs. It's a bitch. Okay, it's a great program, but it's piss poor. As many tech things are written by software engineers and corporations, they don't have somebody that speaks plain English that writes out the directions on how to do things. It's stupid. Star asterisk 245 into space 249 and you're coding, blah, blah, blah. It's ridiculous. You might as well just sign up and start to use it now. I don't know what it's like to panel people up. I know that you can do it and put people on the stream because I don't do panel chats anymore. It's perfect for me as a solo person. And if you want to go mobile, and you really want a mindfuck experience, you can go set up the mobile on your phone too and take that with you. But let me tell you, if you want all the interactive bells to whistles, text to speech, and all that other crap, it's a mindfuck to set that up. It's brutal. I don't care. Elvis will take care of himself. Streamlabs almost drove me nuts. It took 2 months to get stuff straightened out. And then you overlay the Nightbot stuff on it, and it gets a little ridiculous. Yeah, D better hit the sick bay. You didn't hook up with anybody while you were down there, did you, D? Oh shit! Keep an eye. There was a stampede of senioritas down at that club down there. Got the Goldie Con in here today. I just suggest that you bite the bullet and tear into Streamlabs and go for it. But like I say, I don't know how paneling works. You open up you can add multiple windows and just call them up on it. And I guess it works okay. I don't know. I'm lucky for me that I went solo just at the time that all this stuff came down with Google Hangouts. Simon says, I use Streamlabs mobile, but you have me scared to death of the OBS StreamYards from your laptop. I don't do the StreamYards, I do the Streamlabs. There's a difference, but using the mobile, it's just, the problem is when you have some tech geeks, they don't know how to communicate when they think everybody's a tech geek. Right? They think everybody can read their bullshit and understand. Talk to me like I'm a fifth grader. Okay? If I'm hiring technical writers that are translators for user manuals, talk to me like I'm a fifth grader. then I might be able to do it. Yeah, the Streamlabs. Every time I sing, the barrel 1,000 mom. Yeah, I don't, it's just Tom Finland. It's ridiculous. Good morning, Joey D. Nice to see you.
Hey, Joey D.
On the stream. Yes, it's Streamlabs OBS. Okay, and you can actually tie in a mobile function. You can also overlay a separate program called Nightbot, or you can use Streamlab chatbots in there. For me, the Nightbot's easier to do. I can actually access that from my phone and set up messages that come every 10 or 15 minutes or whatever. It works out really good. You can disable them temporarily, enable them, and it works good. But it's going to be very challenging, I think, for some people to get that going. And I guess the time period has run out for the freebies on StreamYard, so it's probably put up or shut up. Yeah, it's open source. It's open source. You can try to put all bells and whistles on. For Missy Jenn knows it's been the most frustrating thing for me to try to do one simple thing on here, and I've never succeeded in doing it. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
You know, absolutely ridiculous to tie some things. The economy is imploding, Alan Gold. Okay, most of us know that. When we have a 2-year, 10-year yield inversion, we have gold climbing $27 a day. There's your thermometer. There's your warning bell. That's all you need to know about the state of the economy is the price of gold. Okay, when you see gold start to climb, you best head for the exits. Okay, something shitty's going on. That's all I'm going to, this isn't about that. I'm going to do a separate video on that on the Rosie Murphy channel. Southern California travels, the realities of expense crop up once again. I don't know how it's going to work out. I have real, to think about forking over for a hotel and stuff like that, or a streaming house. Look up costs in San Diego for homes and stuff. I mean, it's prohibitively expensive. Okay, I'm not reaching into my pocket to cover the expenses for other people. Okay, I think what's ultimately going to happen is it'll be must-watch viewing, but we're probably going to get our asses chased all over San Diego and stuff. Okay, for me, if I was going solo, I got no worries. Nobody in San Diego is ever going to think that somebody's living in the back of a utility truck. Okay, but if you're rolling into town with a 22-foot combined length rig camper van, you're going to have difficulty, and I can't solve that issue for you. I've searched up till I'm blue in the face. So either somebody has to step up and offer if they have a commercial lot or they have a business down there and they don't mind people boondocking on their property for a while. Reach out to me, please. I can make it like new@gmail.com. If you have a rental or something that you're willing to or kind enough to give a reduced rate, that's fine too. But otherwise, it's boondocking a go-go down there. So I don't know how things are ultimately going to work out. But I do know that I need to conserve my money now. And other people, you're going to have to figure out stuff for yourself down there. Okay, this is one reason that I'm encouraging. Yeah, we could do a stream house in Key West. There's a lot of places that we could do a stream house. And I know I would get a lot of support on that. Stream would run continuously with text-to-speech and all that kind of stuff, and people firing messages in all hours of the night and day. But it's still a big nut to crack. Okay, and I don't feel like it's my responsibility to crack it. So if you're coming down to Southern California and meeting up, you're going to have to, apart from maybe 1 week, you're going to have to figure out your own stuff and how you're going to make it down there. So do your research, look into things, and figure it out. Lots of beach boondocking in the San Diego area. No, it's not. It's not. San Diego has an ordinance. No overnight in cars, RVs. Okay? And they ticket very aggressively on that. Yes, the city council's gone back and forth. When they initially passed the law, the homeless advocate groups went to the circuit court judge there. He issued an injunction in May to prohibit this from going into effect because he said it was disparaging and written to marginalize those without homes, those that have to sleep in their cars. And just about a month ago, the city rewrote the ordinance, and as it stands now, no injunction against it has been put in place. So as it stands now, the new law by the council stands, and you're not allowed to overnight in your car or an RV on the streets of San Diego. People just took too much advantage of it. Now, Jewish Charities has what they call safe lots around San Diego, but I'm not in a good conscience going to go to a space that's reserved for truly homeless people and pretend I'm something I'm not and take up space and resources. I'm not going to do that. I don't care what other people do, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. I just think that's not what it's designed for, to be a respite for people in camper vans or people in Class A, Class B, Class C. Travel trailers and all that. It's almost like an insult to the people when you roll in with something like that. Okay? That's the reality of that. So I know I'm going to be down there. I know I'm going to probably meet Marshall in El Cajon and look around El Cajon. He's excited about the Middle Eastern. Evidently, it has a huge Assyrian population down there. And then rolling onto San Diego is going to be a real roll of the dice. And it's probably going to be every man and gal for him or herself to figure out what you're going to do. I'm not going to take responsibility for that. Okay? For me, it's a great chance.
Have a good day, Dee.
Take care, Dee. For me, it's okay. Take care. I hope you feel better. For me, it's a great opportunity to boondock because I have the exact perfect rig. I can put it on any 24-hour lot. Any business is 24 hours. I can pop it there with no issue whatsoever. Nobody's going to bother me at all in there. That's the beauty. But the rigs that they bring, the bigger rigs, it's going to be a problem. Because basically you might as well hang a sign on the side of it. I'm living in my RV in San Diego. Okay? They'll give you one warning ticket. One warning ticket, and that's it for it. So there's the reality of Southern California. Yeah, now you get to LA and it's a lot easier. LA's a free-for-all. A lot of LA's a total shithole these days. Nobody really cares. The cops are so stressed out. Hey, Andrew, the cops are so stressed out. They don't give a shit. I mean, I can show you boondocking in Santa Monica, no problem at all. Nobody really cares. Okay, I've seen tons of people are RVing on the streets and stuff like that. They don't got time to go around and ticket people. You got zillions of people, probably over 100,000 people in LA that are living in their cars.
65,000.
Yeah, and you have a mayor that's very liberal, a city council that's very liberal. And it's like the Wild West now, LA. They don't want to be the ones to say, ooh, you can't sleep on the street, or ooh, you can't sleep in your car. But San Diego is a very different story. San Diego is a very red area down there, San Diego County. And as you can imagine, they're extremely protective of their tourism when it comes to the beach. The last thing they want is a huge homeless presence when you have families and other people coming down to vacation. So that's their bread and butter down there. And they take it very, 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 very seriously. Yeah, I don't even think on Dana's point, I don't know, outside of the city limit of San Diego, it's a different story. Even Siquan Casino out there, which is about 8 miles east of San Diego, used to allow RV parking, but people took advantage of that. They shit on the parking lots and leave all their garbage. They don't do anything to put any revenue through the casino. And the Native American tribe gave them the royal boot over there. Okay, now if you're a big roller and you roll in, yeah, you call ahead of time. Oh shit, they'll put you right up close to it. They don't care. But they'll make sure you're the whale and putting a coin through. Okay, those days are gone. And it's really sad in a way because in the future there's going to be a much huger homeless situation with people losing homes, people losing jobs at a high degree of magnitude. There's going to be exponentially more people living in cars and living in blown out RVs and in cardboard boxes coming up in the future. I don't know how cities are going to deal with that. But that's going to be a really, really major, major problem. Riffraff are not welcomed. I understand that, Cobra John. That's true. I mean, if your main industry, of course, they have I think it's the Miramar Naval Base down there, Naval Station on Coronado Island. You see all the planes taking off. They have the submarine base. They keep aircraft carriers down there. Of course, the military presence, the naval presence is huge down there. You have Navy flyers and all this kind of stuff. But they do derive most of their money from the tourism industry. And you can read the trend of news over the years. The panhandlers are getting much more aggressive and threatening because of a lot of them are on drugs and crack and stuff like that, and they're much more aggressive on the streets when desperation hits to get something. Why not camp around the winery instead of the places you normally go? I don't know what that means. Camp around the winery. I don't know what that means. I'm not a wine drinker, number one. Oh, that's cool, Andrea. My son is stationed at Miramar. It's a very nice place. Johnny Wad, how you doing there? I might end up, I've got an offer of a place in Tijuana for a hotel over in Tijuana. I might take advantage of that. I don't know. For travel and that too. Over to the Mexico side. So we'll see how that goes. Andrea the Outlaw. Woo!
Woo!
Wow!
Welcome!
Hey, Weave, how you doing?
I saw you yesterday. I saw that you turned into an outlaw.
Wow,
That's
Andrea's
awesome.
an outlaw now, baby.
Woo!
Andrea's an outlaw now. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty cute. I have to laugh.
Nice to see you.
About that, she'll always be a good friend of ours
Yeah.
here. So that's me. Woo. So I don't know how it's going to shake out in Southern California. This is a message to Marshall. You're going to have to take care of your own shit down there. Okay? If somebody comes through and says there's a commercial lot that you can park on, or I don't mind if you park at my business for a few days, that would be great. If you want to see fun content, I'd be willing to throw a few dollars for that, even more than a few dollars for something like that. So if you live in the San Diego area, maybe you have a business, maybe you have a commercial lot, we keep your confidentiality assured. But if you'd like to be a part of what we're trying to set up here, just contact me. Don't need anything fancy down there. Just let me know if there's any way that you can help out to make that happen. To to have some good times there and some really fun content. No Boyd's in San Diego to help out. There'll be, like I said, some people have contacted me, but they have fancy vacation rentals that are $495 a month, and they say, Rosie, I'm happy to discount this to $250 a night. And it's like you write back, you're very grateful for that. But 250 clams a night. Woo! I mean, that's still a hell of a nut to swallow down there. I mean, I appreciate that. But I'm sure that there's somebody, well, you're right on Pacific Beach, Tom. And I want to be down in that area, and that's the most fun when Rosie's enjoying the beach life. So if you have a commercial lot or a commercial business, or you have any idea, just hit me up and let me know. And I plan on going down like being in San Diego like the 5th or 6th of September for a good 3-week period down there. So if you have anything, yeah, you could always charge people for a room, exactly. But we know this is the Boyd, so we're all kind of financially, we're all kind of, how do I put this delicately, right? We're all, I'm not even going to say it, okay? I mean, they tell you, I wear the same clothes for 5 years, okay? Chronic said, Rosie, do you ever just sit and do nothing, just have your downtime and take a breather? I bet you're worn out. I waited 46 years to be able to have the independence that I don't have to be anywhere on a Monday morning. I don't have to punch the clock anymore. And at my age, I realized I got about 10 more years of good travel years ahead of me. And then I can sit there under the fig tree reading poetry, contemplating my navel, and just take it easy. But for now, it's all travel and adventures, travel and adventures. I've done every video that I can think of doing on the Rancho, renovation videos. Yes, I will be in the shop doing some audio things too. But channels shift, and people love the travels and adventures. They love the streams. Oh, you have sweats older than that. Yeah, I'm very healthy. I got no medical issues, thank God. Low to normal blood pressure, no cholesterol, really not any real aches and pains to speak about. So I consider myself lucky and fortunate, and I try to stay in shape. Nathan, always I can't keep, I don't know, if I keep it up and my boobs bust out the straps, and then I have to use bigger safety pins to close the gap on them. I don't even know. I'm beyond quad D now. I don't know what the hell they are. How do I tell them to stop? They upped my blood pressure meds the other day. I know, Monique, honey, because you're on the Boyd. Monique's like, I wanna knock somebody out, man. I want to put Monique in the ring with somebody. That's what the hell I want to do. I want to see her rabbit punch somebody. Oh, Monique, I love you, honey. It's all the walking. Yeah, it keeps you healthy. It does keep you healthy, and as you get older, you got to trim down your diet. I've finally recognized that. Some nights I'd leave after that prime rib special at California, and I just couldn't even move for 2 hours. God, I can't eat like that anymore. Now I try to have a little bit of oatmeal or maybe an English muffin and then some fresh fruit for breakfast, and starting to pull away from all that I don't do buffets anymore. They're disasters. They're overpriced. They're crap. People are wiping their hands and grabbing the spoons and tongs, and kids are slobbering and sneezing and all. I don't need that stuff. I don't do that. It's bad enough what the hell comes out of kitchens these days, so I don't really need that anymore. You love to travel. Just wanted to make sure you rest. Go, but then it catches up with me. Coming off of that 10,443-mile journey, Missy Jenn will tell you, that week after that, I was extremely lethargic. It took me a week to pick up a paintbrush and start doing some of the things. I just couldn't even move. I was so physically blown out and exhausted from the driving, particularly the last leg. But this was okay. This was Vegas.
Hi,
It
Nathan.
was a terrible ride home yesterday between the heat and everything. But I enjoy being on the I think I enjoy being on the go. Jinxie, how are you doing, baby doll?
Jinxie.
Jinxie girl. So I don't ever want to be skinny, but I don't want to be fat. You know, I want to be luscious.
Thank you, Andrea.
Johnny Y.
Congrats on your weight loss too.
So once again, if you have any ideas or
Oh,
suggestions,
thank you, Goldie.
pop me a message at icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. If you can lend a hand down in Southern California, even a commercial parking lot, you know, even if we can boondock in a driveway or something like that, that would really be awesome. Maybe somebody's backyard. We keep things definitely under control. Keep your confidentiality assured. There'll be no videoing allowed at your property or anything like that. No streaming, no pictures, no nothing. Okay, so just let us know if you're able to help out. I think the extra day off in Cheyenne did good. I think it did well too. But
Stephanie.
I've accumulated a lot of miles this summer, and the summer still got a month to go, and literally, summer in California runs through November. Okay. It's been a lot of high mileage driving, and just at the end of it, it gets fatiguing after a while. So yeah, that break in Cheyenne was good. Now I got to take the key. The new key came in. I got to get that programmed. I got to pay another $113 to get that son of a bitch programmed into the rig. I'm not going to take it with me. I like the idea that Missy Jenn can Federal Express that to me if I ever get in trouble, and I can hole up someplace for a night and wait till it gets delivered. It's better in her hands than my hands. Okay, I don't really ever lose keys. It was the first time in 20 years I ever lost keys. Yeah, a driveway, a backyard, if you have a home down there, you know, you have a backyard or a driveway or a lot or something like that, and you can accommodate some of us down there, that would be great. I can promise that, you know, I pledge that things would be kept under control. There wouldn't be any videoing, no cameras, no nothing allowed on the property whatsoever. Any streams would be done away from there. So that's an important thing. You've done more miles than I have in my life, so fun going along. Yeah, it is fun. Yeah, I hope so, Andrea. I'd love to powwow down there.
Hello, Diane.
You're looking Rosie swore. I know, isn't that funny? So if there's anybody that can help out, that would be great. It's not mandatory, of course, but it sure would be a lot of fun to bring some content. In the meantime, I'll keep racking my brain to try to make something happen down there. Yeah, I always keep my word. Privacy is privacy is privacy. I know some people that watch have commercial businesses down there.
Have a good day, Nathan.
We don't need hookups.
right.
We don't need hookups or anything. But if you have a commercial lot or a parking area that we could just pop the rigs on, that would be fine. That would be awesome. In the meantime, I really take care, Nathan. I really think that you know, Dee's got to really press to get a van. I think that's going to be very, 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 very critical. Yeah, now that you're working part-time, you're traveling more too. Last thing I want to talk about today is the, you know, I talked last night for Elvis about the realities of the multicultural population here, and this ain't Chicago, brother. Okay? People here have a lot of pride in their community, and they don't take being slighted, and they don't take being looked down on. And I don't care if you're in the hood like we are, or up on the fancy homes overlooking the Santa Rosa Plain here. California is all about the respect for people. The nice thing about California is usually everybody lives here came from somewhere else, whether it's overseas or somewhere else. People still love to come here for the climate. Like I said, you don't need air conditioning on the coastal, at least in the coastal areas, and the quality of life can be very high if you don't have to do a lot of driving on freeways. But just understand down here the layout, 3 small buildings. We do have a big lot in the back. But it is a working rancho. And the expectation is if you're here, you pitch in and help. There's always, as Missy Jenn will tell you, there's always something that needs to be done here on the rancho. And our expectation is it's kind of a quid pro quo. You come here, you also help us out. I'm getting older now. Missy Jenn is differently abled here. And there's some things that I'm physically really not able to do anymore around here. If you're gonna come here and if you're gonna stay, the expectation is that you're gonna do some things to help out, to pay for your rooming here and your lodging. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to be done here. Okay, that's the reality of coming here. That's what you should be glad to do. Either that or go pay the $250 a night at the Hyatt up the street here and stay there. Mild fire season, huh? That's it. Yeah, Jinxie, I'd love you to come down to the Rancho, honey. You'd always be welcome down here. I'd have you out sunning. We'd be topless on the back deck, honey, out there bouncing around. Okay, having a time of our lives. So, Jinx, anytime you put it in gear, remember, I got my somewhat limited passport to come into Canada. You come down to California, honey, and I'm going to show you the time of your life. I'm going to give you 60 minutes in the Shine Shack. The Rosie Hotel. Wait. I was on my way out to see cousins. You mean I have to work? Yeah, isn't that funny, Lee? Well, there's stuff to be done here.
And it's always
I got big trees to be dealt with.
weeds to cut, bushes to trim.
We run a productive orchard here. Our goal is to produce a ton of fruit a year here. There's trees to be pruned and size to be kept down. How you doing? I know, Monique. Monique, you're welcome too, honey.
We need full-time workers. We'll start building log cabins in the back you can move in.
I'd go jogging with Monique, but my tits would knock me out on that.
Full-time workers. Andrea will chop down the trees, that's right.
You know, anybody's welcome to come and visit us here. Just come with it. No, this is not the
Bring your bib overalls.
This is not addressed
and rubber boots.
This is not addressed to the ladies out here, but the able-bodied guys that come and visit the Rancho. You know, we have more projects to do and more stuff to do than you can shake a stick at.
Make sure you bring your work clothes with you.
There we go. Imagine that
Don't be afraid to get dirty.
Yeah, don't be afraid to get dirty. Now, is that a reasonable expectation? I think it is. I think it is. You know, you're living in prime wine country here.
You can work naked.
You know, one of the biggest upscale tourism areas in the nation out here.
Yeah.
And even though a lot of Santa Rosa burned down, it's still in a very beautiful valley here, the Alexander Valley. All the Valley, the Moon, all the places with the most famous wineries in America here. Yeah, very reasonable. Nothing, nothing unusual. Yeah, we'll feed you. Not a problem. You know, but we expect to help us out too and help make the Rancho a better place. Because my intention's not to sell it. Okay. The other thing I want to just leave a note on for those who still insist on being threatening is that, as I've mentioned before, we are prepared for anything here. Missy Jenn and I are strong advocates of Second Amendment rights, and we exercise them, and we're very proficient, especially with short arms. Okay, so recognize that if you step onto the property and you're offensive and you want to start a lot of crap and you want to physically assault and hurt somebody, then you're the one that might deal with the consequences of that. Let's not be stupid. Because once you're on our property, then it's a different story how we react. We're not people to lose our heads and just pop off and nail somebody, but don't push it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Because I don't just put things out there. Hey, how you doing, Za? I'm going to go ahead and close it out. So let the word go forth to Marshall. D, you guys are going to have to handle your stuff down in SoCal. We'll get something worked out. Hopefully somebody will contact me and we can get something arranged down there. But, whatever. Anyway, once again, final call for the mods. Tip your mods day. I will be doing this distribution for you wonderful people that do choose to participate. If you've not contacted me and you do want to participate, it was a nice month for the mods here, thanks to our wonderful supporters here on the channel. Just Gmail me at icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. It's confidential. Not everybody chooses to participate in that. But if you do, it's a nice chunk of change for you for a wonderful service that you provide. Without the moderators, I wouldn't be able to run these streams. They're here all hours of the day, all hours of the night, doing their thing. So have a wonderful Sunday, everybody. We'll see you around. More content to come on the Rancho. Some more projects and things. And may even do a moonshine run. You never know. Have a great day, everybody. Woo.